So now that we have practiced using our equation to find the part or the quantity given a percent and the total, let's look at an example where we are given a part and a percent, but instead missing the total. So Zoe inflated 24 balloons for decorations at the middle school dance. If Zoe inflated 15% of the total number of balloons inflated for the dance, how many balloons are there total? Solve the problem using the percent formula and verify your answer using a visual model. So first off, if we're using the percent formula, I know it's the quantity equals the percent times the whole. So as I go through the problem again, I want to make sure I'm looking for pieces that might identify themselves as the quantity or the part, the percentage, or the total. So if she inflated 24 balloons for decorations, I'm not quite sure if that's the specific part that they gave us or if that's the total amount. So let's keep reading. If Zoe inflated 15% of the total number of balloons, so that's definitely the percent because it has a percent sign, how many balloons are there total? So now the question is telling us to find the total. Therefore, this is the part or this is the quantity that we are missing, that they've given us. And so now we can start substituting our information into our equation. So the quantity is 24 balloons. The percentage is 15%, but I remember in the last problem that we have to convert it to a decimal by moving the decimal point over 2 places to the right before we put it into our equation. So 0.15 times W, because we don't know what the whole amount is. We don't know what the total is, so let's leave it as a variable. Okay. But since we are multiplying 0.15 times the whole amount, I know just like when we solve equations, we need to use the inverse or division to solve. So we're going to divide by 0.15 on both sides. And 0.15 divided by 0.15 gives us W by itself. And now we can start dividing over to the right, keeping in mind that we never divide by decimals, so we need to move it over 2 places to the right to make it a whole number. And now we have 15 going into 2400. And 15 goes into 24 one time. And then we're left with 90. And I know 15 goes into 32 times, and 30 goes into 93 times. So that's 6 times total. And if we need to double check or draw a top-bottom chart out, we can. And then bringing down the last 0, 15 goes into 0 times. So W equals 160. But what does that mean? What does W mean again? Well, that's how many balloons there are total. So in our sentence, we can say there are 160 balloons total. Alrighty, so now we see how we can use this equation to find any of the 3 missing parts, right? The quantity, the percent, or the whole number. So make sure that you have this written down because we're going to be solving this equation again in your problem set and your exit ticket. Keeping in mind that the percent always needs to be converted to a decimal before we place it into our equation. Let's go ahead and try some on our own.